Hello. Okay, high to low cable rotation. Before I go into that, I want to show you how to create tension in the body because I'm going to be facing this way for the demonstration and it's going to be a little difficult to see. So for me, I like the mantra of shoulders, hips, quads, core. That's what I teach to all of my clients as a system of creating tension in the body to get ready to lift. So for shoulders, I guess I will show you from the side. We're going to pull the shoulders back and down, and at the same time you notice that's lifting my chest. So you can either think about it as putting your shoulders back and down, or you can borrow a phrase from Mrs. Maisel and just think, tits up. All right, I got the shoulders in the right place. Next I'm going to get my pelvis in the right place. Now generally the pelvis sits behind or in front of the rib cage. Most of us, most women, the pelvis sits behind. Most men, you know what part of the rib enters first. You know I can't help it, right, even on these videos. Okay, just kidding. Anyway, you want to make sure that pelvis is underneath the rib cage. So basically I'm making sure my hip bone is underneath my rib cage here. Then I'm going to externally rotate my thighs. It means I'm going to spin them away from each other. So if I were to put my hands like this and I externally rotate, also you can think about screwing your heels into the ground. That happens. So you'll notice my arches lift because I have kind of flat feet. If you already have arches, you may not notice that. But the difference is very, very slight. But that is getting my quads and creating tension in my legs, getting ready to lift. And then the last thing is core. For core, personally, I like to think of somebody just about getting ready to punch me in the gut because you brace, or about to tickle you because that's the same thing. And you want to make sure this is braced, not sucked in, but braced. The other example, which I'll share because I always talk about this, is like when you bear down to go to the bathroom. That is bracing your core. Okay, so without further ado, for the low to high cables, I like this setup between, right about my knee personally, but it can be a little below or a little higher. You want to be comfortable and you want to be pain-free, so experiment if you don't like it right at the knee. All right, cover up the cleavage here, pull up pants. Okay, so I'm going to grab the handle, and before I go and grab it with my other hand, I'm going to do the shoulders, hips, quads, core. Shoulders, hips, quads, core. From here, you set it perpendicularly. I'm going to twist my torso to grab these, and I make sure my knees are nice and soft. When I make sure my knees are nice and soft, notice my butt is popped out a little bit. I still have pelvis diaphragm alignment, otherwise it would look like this. So I'm still keeping the pelvis and diaphragm connected by aligning the pelvis underneath the diaphragm. Quads are spun out, core is engaged. So you want to keep all that tension while you're moving. From here, I'm going to turn slightly towards the cable machine, trying to initiate most of the rotation from my torso. The hips and the shoulders will follow, but we want to initiate from the torso. Okay, so from here, all right, soft knees, I've got tension, my core is engaged. I'm going to take a nice big inhale. As I rotate, I'm going to exhale. I'm going to inhale on my way back. All right, let's talk about what's happening in the rotation. Now, what I like to think about is my belly button leading the way. So my belly button is going to initiate the rotation. That's going to help me remember to do it from my torso. And my hands and my eyes are going to follow the belly button. So I'm going to do this in slow motion here. Okay. Start perpendicular, shoulders, hips, quads, core. Rotate, grab the handle. From here, before I even pull, I'm going to rotate slightly. And then my belly now is facing this way. I'm going to follow my belly button with my hands. So again, slow motion, shoulders, hips, quads, core. Rotate here. So then when I really get going, what it looks like is I check the tension every time. If you don't check the tension, nobody else will. Of course, I got something in my eye right at the end of this video. I'm not winking. Okay, just to see it from the front. Shoulders, hips, quads, core. Rotate the torso to get the handles. I hold the handles like this. Then I'm going to rotate slightly away from the cable machine so that I'm initiating that rotation before I initiate the pull. You should feel this in the side of the core that's closest to the cable machine and in the front. Happy wood chopping.